Hey there and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Chibi Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So let's start with the eyes. I'm going to start with the curve on the top of the left eye, starting from the outside, and a curve in. From here I'm going to draw little frown lines, so curving up. Let's do the same thing on the right side, just flipped over. We're going to leave a little gap in the middle here. Starting at the top, we'll curve in, and then draw the top of the brow on the right side. From here, let's tuck in the eyeballs underneath. So on the left side, we're going to step in just a little bit and draw a half circle, coming down to the bottom of the eye, and then just into that corner there. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. So curving down to the bottom of the eye, and then tucking that in underneath the brow. Let's just make this line a little bit longer on the end. From here, we're going to draw a little frown line in the center here. So just left of center, we're just going to do a little curve that goes up like that. Let's go to the top of the mask and draw the curves over the eyes. So just outside of the left eye on top, I'm just going to draw a curve that comes in. Do the same thing on the right side. Starting on the inside, and we'll curve just outside of that eye line. In the middle here, we're going to connect these two curves with a lower curve. So it's going to come down on the bottom, and then back up on the sides. From here, we're going to draw a few more frown lines on top. So on the left of center, we're just going to curve up, and on the right, we'll curve up as well. Let's draw the sides of the mask. So from these two corners, we're going to curve in towards the eyes. So curving in on the right side as well. Then we're going to do a little overlap and show a little bit of wrinkle in the mask. I'm going to come up on the left side, and we're going to curve down underneath the left eye. So just around there. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. Just curving in like that. Let's draw the bridge of the nose. So we're going to do an overlap here, curve up toward the center of the head. So curving up, and make our way over to the right side. I'm just going to overlap this edge of the mask there. And we're going to draw in the mouth. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a grin. So we're going to go low in the middle, and come up on the side, and then back down again. So starting on the left side, we're going to start just on the side of that nose bridge. Curve across, and then down in the middle. We're going to go across, and then back up on the right side. And then just flatten it out, and just curve underneath that side on the right. We draw a couple brackets, just to finish off the side of the mouth. And in the middle here, we're just going to draw the bottom lip. Just a little curve like that. Let's go to the side of the face, draw on the jaws. So the chin I'm going to draw just below that lip line here. So on the side of the mask, on the left side, I'm going to curve out, and then curve in. I'm just going to make my way back over towards the right side. So sort of flattening out across the bottom, curving up on the right side, and then tucking that in underneath the mask. Let's go ahead and draw on the top of the head. So I'm just basically going to be drawing a big half circle, and the top of the head I'm going to draw to about there. So just on the left side, we're going to step in a bit, and then draw a curve for the top of the head, make our way back over to the right side. Just carefully drawing a half circle, making sure there's a little bit of an overlap on the end. Let's draw the mask ends over here. So we're going to draw two of them. So we're going to start on the side of the mask here. We're going to curve out and then down. So just a little wave like that. We're going to step down just a little bit on the inside, and then just make it a little bit thicker as we get to the end. So it tapers out like that. Let's connect those 2 points with a curve. In here, we're going to draw another little wrinkle. So on the edge here, I'm just going to draw a curve like that, just to show that it's sort of folded over. Let's draw one more on the top. So this one, I'm just going to make it simple. I'm just going to draw a curve like that. And we're going to draw another one just below it. Again, we're going to get thicker as we get towards the bottom. Stepping down a little bit, we're going to tuck this in behind the front band. And then up here, we're just going to curve in behind like that. You can also draw a little wrinkle as well. From here, let's get into the body. So with all my chibis, I usually draw the body the same height as the head. So the head to the feet. So down here, halfway between the chin and the feet is the waistline. So right here. But before I draw in the body, I actually want to draw the hand in front holding a sword across the body. So we're going to have to draw that in first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to locate the shoulders right here. This arm's going to come across this way. So what I want to do is I'm going to start with the hilt of the sword. So we're just going to draw a slight angled line coming across like that. We're going to draw that twice, one beside the other, and then we're going to connect the ends with a straight line. Now this will be our starting point for the hands. So coming down from the top, I'm just going to curve across the top of the knuckle, do a slight overlap, and curve around one finger like that. It's almost like a C shape. We're going to come up and do a big sort of overlap. So up here for the finger, curve down, and just pull that into the hilt, and then we'll just draw a little curve like that, just to show the edge of the finger coming up. We can draw the thumb. So on this finger here, just at the bottom, we're just going to curve along the bottom and then tuck that in underneath the hilt. Let's draw the handle. So the sword's going to come out in this direction this way. So it's a slight angle. It's not perfectly horizontal. So we're going to draw two lines going across, one below the other. And then at the end here, I'm just going to curve and connect those two lines. Along here, we're going to draw the cap at the end. And then along this line here, we're going to draw some of the sort of the straps that go across. So we can just draw some angled lines, some curves that go across like that. Let's draw the sword. So from this point, we want to follow that handle all the way to the tip of the sword. So from the top, we're going to come down and just draw an angled line going across like that. We do the same thing with the bottom, but we're going to make this one a little bit shorter. So just down here, we go across like that. So you see it's a lot shorter than that one there. We're going to connect those ends with an angled line for the tip of the sword. Now let's go ahead and draw on the arm. So again, the shoulders are located here. So I want to take that hand and work my way back towards the shoulder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the forearm. So the end of this hand here, I'm just going to circle around the forearm. So the end of the hand to the front of the hand there. Let's draw a separation for the elbow pad. So right here, I'm going to draw a little curve, come back to that same point there. And then from here, I'm going to step in and just draw the shoulder. From here, now we can block in the body. So again, the head and the body are the same height. From the chin to the feet, about halfway is where the waist will be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the left side here, leave a little gap, and curve in behind the hand and come down towards the waist. On the right side, the same thing. So I'm going to step down a little bit, curve down the hips, down to right about the same height there. We're going to draw a strap across the body. So from the bottom of the chin, I'm just going to curve across the body behind the sword and to that hip. We do the same thing on top, so we're just going to duplicate this twice, across like that. Now we can draw in some chest detail. So from the chest, from the side of the armpits, we're going to come down a bit and come down to a center point, which is right here. So I'm just going to draw a little point. On the left side, I'm going to step down and curve right into that point there. From here, we're going to draw in the belt. So before I actually draw in the belt part, I'm going to have to draw that knot in the center. So it's almost like a sideways square, almost like a diamond, but it's got rounded ends to it. So we're going to come up with a curve to the top, curve down to the side, and we're going to duplicate this, just flipped over, curving the bottoms like that. Let's show a little bit of wrinkle in the belt. So we're just going to draw a couple curves like that. From the bottom of the hips, I'm just going to curve underneath this knot. But before I do that, I'm going to have to draw little straps that come down. So on the side here, I'm just going to draw a curve like this. Same thing like we did with the headband. We're going to come down and taper it out so it gets a little bit wider at the end. Connect that with a curve. In the center here, we could just draw a little line like that, just for a wrinkle. And then we'll draw one more. Again, so it gets a little bit wider. Curve to connect the bottoms. And a little wrinkle there. Now we'll take those corners and just tuck this in underneath that knot, like that. We draw one more line up on the top for the top of the belt. Across the top like that. And we'll just pull just a couple lines across the body. In the center of the chest, we're going to come down here below the sword and just draw a straight line down. Now we're going to draw in the lower torso. So from the hip to hip, we're going to draw a half circle. Curving down, behind the belt, and back up on the right side. Again, we're going to split the lower torso in half. Okay, let's get into the legs. So with the legs, I'm going to draw one leg straight out and one leg bent. So with this leg on the left side, we're going to draw a curve. So it's actually going to be tucked in behind this belt. So we're going to start here. We're going to curve down towards the heel. And then from the heel, we're going to curve the bottom of the foot towards the toe. So from the toe, we're going to curve towards the heel. Now from here, we're going to curve the first toe. Do a little curve like that. We're going to step up and just do an overlap toe behind. Drawing a little curve like that. Curve the top of the toe. And just, you don't have to connect it at the end. Draw a couple toenails. So curve on the tops like that. And then on this toe, we're going to step back and just draw the top of the foot with a curve. From this hip, we want to make our way down to the top of the foot. But along the way, we're going to draw the knee pad. So from here, I'm just going to draw an imaginary line coming to the top of that foot. About halfway, I'm going to stop. From here, we're going to draw the top of the knee pad. So I'm going to intersect it with a curve. I'm going to take the front, curve down. On the back, we'll curve down. Connect those two with the curve that goes low in the middle. In here, I'm going to split this into three parts by drawing two angled lines going across like that. Now I can continue the front of the leg down behind the knee pad to the top of the foot. We're going to draw a strap to connect the knee pad to the leg. So down here, we're going to step down, curve. Over here, we're going to curve as well. And in the middle, we can just draw a little separation line like that. Let's draw the back leg. So this one we're going to have bent. So we're going to start behind this belt. It's going to come down like this in an angle and then curve down towards the heel. From here we're going to draw the bottom of the foot. So again, we're going to take that length and just duplicate it on the right side. Drawing the bottom of the foot. We're going to round out the toe. We're going to step up, just draw another curve for the second toe. Curve up and just leave it sort of with a little gap there. We're going to step on top of this toe and just draw the curve for the top of the foot. Just draw a couple toenails. A curve like that. Now with this, we're going to start with the hip, we're going to come out and then on top of this foot, but again, we're going to draw the knee pad on top. So from the hip, we'll curve down, and we're going to draw that intersecting curve for the knee pad. We'll curve the back, curve the front, and then we'll curve across the bottom like that. Let's separate this with two straight lines. Now with the knee, we're going to come across behind the knee pad, and this is going to come down on top of the foot like that. From the back of the knee, we're just going to curve in towards that knee pad, step up, curve again, and here we'll just draw a little line for a little wrinkle. The final thing is the arm in the back. So I'm going to tuck the hand in below the sword here. So we're going to have the sword coming up in an angle like this. So we're going to locate the hand right here. We're going to start with the thumb. So starting right here, we're going to curve and just swirl around like that. We're going to draw in the first finger. So on the side of the thumb here, we're going to curve and tuck this in underneath the finger. From here, we're going to step over, just do an overlap, and just draw the second finger. Now we can go ahead and draw in the sword. So down here, we're going to draw two lines for the handle, just like we did on the left side here. Curve the bottom to connect it, draw the tip, and just draw a couple little strap lines like that. Let's draw the hilt. So from this thumb, we go across. We draw that twice, and just connect the end with a straight line. Now the sword, we're going to follow the handle up towards the tip. So up here, we draw a straight line and pull towards us, towards the handle. And from the tip, we're going to angle down, and we're going to come back down again, right towards the hilt, just like that. And for the hand, we're just going to finish it off by taking this and curving all the way around towards the handle like that. Let's go ahead and draw the top of the arm. So from the shoulder, we're going to tuck this in underneath the chin, curving behind the sword. It's going to connect somewhere around here. And then for the bottom of the arm, just curve in underneath the wrist. Give them a little wristband by drawing a little curve like that. You could draw a few little angled lines, maybe one line like that. And here we're going to tuck in the elbow pad just across like that. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Chibi Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.